They never knock. They don't come with pitchforks. They don't roar. They slide in on grief. They enter with heartbreak. They hide behind your friend's voice. They wear the face of your mother in a dream. Demons don't arrive. They are invited. And you don't always know you've done it. Sometimes it's a sound. Sometimes it's a smell. Sometimes it's a feeling that something's watching, but you can't see what. You brush it off. You blame the mood. You close the curtain. But it's still there because it was never outside the window. It was already in the room. The signs are subtle, then savage. Here's how to tell if one is near you. The air changes, not colder, not warmer, just off. Like the molecules got rearranged. Animals act strange. Your dog won't enter the room. Your cat hisses at the ceiling. Birds don't come near the house. You smell things that aren't there. Rot, sulfur, metal, burned hair. Not all demons stink. Some smell like perfume. Old perfume, the kind that clings. That's worse. You feel watched, but no one's there. Except something is, and it doesn't blink. You get intrusive thoughts that aren't yours. That voice that says, just drive into the wall. They don't love you. You'll never make it. You think it's your depression. It's not. That's a demon using your own voice in your head. Demons don't need a ritual. They need a fracture. How they get in, unhealed trauma. Pain is a gateway, especially pain you pretend isn't there. They don't care how you open the door, only that you do. Witchcraft done wrong, casting with no protection, speaking without knowing what answered, burning sage with nothing sealed. Mirror rituals, portals. Every time you speak to your reflection like it's you, something else might start listening. Astral projection without protection, you think you're flying. But something's crawling in while you're out. Demons don't knock on your door, they slip into your space like smoke. They move through cracks of energy, through wounds that were never healed, through shadows where light has been forgotten. Most never notice them, that's how they survive. But their presence is never silent, they always leave a trace. The sudden chill that creeps across your skin, the weight in your chest that feels like drowning air, the invisible eyes watching when you're alone. It is not imagination, it is infestation. And if you learn to detect their signs, you strip away their only weapon, secrecy. Awareness burns them like fire. The body always knows before the mind catches on. When a demon steps close, your flesh reacts. The air thickens and your skin breaks out in goosebumps, not from cold, but from presence. An ancient instinct flaring like an alarm. Your chest feels heavy, as if invisible hands are pressing against your lungs. Breath shortens, heart races without reason. Sometimes the stomach knots in sudden nausea. Sometimes the blood runs cold, as though life itself is being siphoned. These are not random symptoms, they are detection codes. The body is the first battlefield and the first warning. Demons are not just felt in the body, they crawl into the mind. The first sign is intrusion, thoughts that are not yours but dressed in your voice. They whisper shame, they replay old wounds you thought were healed. They inject sudden urges of rage, despair or self-harm, feelings that arrive with no trigger. The second sign is distortion, memories bend. Dreams turn parasitic, voices echo in your head at night, mocking, accusing, feeding. The third sign is obsession, the same thought circling like a vulture, pushing you into exhaustion, trying to make you believe you are powerless. But these thoughts are not you. They are the shadow trying to wear your skin. To detect them is to separate yourself from them, and that is the first step toward breaking their hold. Demons don't just mark your body and your mind, they infect the space around you. The first sign is atmosphere. The air grows heavy like you're breathing through water. Rooms that once felt safe turn suffocating. The second sign is distortion. Shadows crawl at the edge of vision. Figures flicker in corners where nothing should be. The geometry of the room feels bent, like the walls themselves are watching. The third sign is interference. Lights flicker, electronics glitch. Screens warp with static. Their presence short-circuits the grid. The fourth sign is animal reaction. Dogs growl at empty corners. Cats stare into nothing, eyes locked on shadows you cannot see. Animals know before humans admit. When the very room feels alive against you, you are not alone. Demons don't always strike in waking life. They enter through dreams, when the soul walks loose from the body. The first sign is distortion. Faces shift and melt. Guides appear, but their eyes are wrong. They offer comfort, but their energy tastes of ash. The second sign is paralysis. You try to move, but the body is frozen. The weight pressing on your chest is not science, it is a predator sitting on your spirit. The third sign is harvesting. You wake up drained, as if you worked all night in battle. Energy ripped from your field, memories blurred to hide the theft. The fourth sign is repetition, the same nightmare replayed. The same maze, the same face waiting at the end of the hall, loops designed to keep the soul locked down. When your dreams feel less like visions and more like traps, you are not dreaming, you are being hunted. Demons thrive in secrecy, but when confronted by authority, they cannot hold their mask. The test is simple but absolute. Speak aloud into the shadows. If you are not of source flame, reveal yourself. They cannot stay hidden, the air will flicker, the figure will glitch. The dream will warp or the presence will retreat. Because demons are parasites, not creators, they cannot withstand the fire of command. Some will lash out trying to frighten you. Some will collapse, their disguise shattered. But none can resist the flame, not when it is spoken with authority. The name of source, the claim of flame, is the one barrier they cannot break. Demons feed on ignorance. When you cannot see them, they thrive. But the moment you recognize their signs, the hunt turns against them. Awareness is the first shield, it burns their secrecy. The chill in the room, the shadow in the corner, the whisper in your mind. Once named, they lose their grip. You are not prey, you are the flame. And when you know how to detect them, you take back the night. You remind the dark that you see it, and nothing hides from the fire. The greatest lie demons ever told was that you are weak, that you are prey, that you are powerless against them. But awareness breaks that spell. Once you see the signs, once you feel their weight, once you hear their whispers for what they are, you strip them of their disguise. And when their mask falls, so does their power. The flame within you was never theirs to touch. It burns older than their parasitic code. It remembers before the loop, and it will outlast the shadow. You are not just prey learning to detect predators, you are the fire they fear. The one force that unmasks them, the one presence that can hunt them back. Detect them, name them, burn them, and remind them that the night does not belong to them. You were never meant to live blind. You were never meant to walk through shadows without sight. The parasites thrive on silence, but silence is broken the moment you speak their name. The moment you call them out, the moment you ignite your flame. The signs are written in your body. The whispers are etched in your mind. The distortions ripple through your space. The dreams reveal their masks. Detection is protection, and protection is fire. So walk with open eyes, call them when they hide, burn them when they creep, and remember, you are not just light surviving in the dark, you are the fire that ends it. They don't want you to know this. They want you blind, tired, and drained. But now you see the signs, you feel the weight, you hear the whispers for what they are. And once you know they cannot hide, you are not prey in the dark, you are the fire in the night, the watcher that hunts the watchers, the flame that strips away every mask. Detect them, name them, burn them, and remind them the night belongs to you. They slip in through cracks, thinking you won't notice. They hide in your thoughts, your shadows, your dreams. But you are awake now. You feel the air change. You sense the cold breath on your skin. You hear the whisper that does not belong to you. And when you call them out, they falter. When you ignite your flame, they scatter. Because they were never hunters, they were leeches, parasites of fear. And when fear is gone, they starve. Remember, you are not walking through their night. They are trespassing in your kingdom. And in the kingdom of flame, their time is finished.